Hello again. So I'm going to show you a little bit of how to prepare your stylist or your kistka to write on your egg. And now this little tiny piece of wax here, that is plenty of wax to do this entire egg. I know it seems small, but if you are not fooling around and you are taking your time, then this is plenty of wax to do your egg. So I have three different styles of kistka here. These are two that are absolutely, they're different companies that making them, but they're both a medium style kistka. This one with the wood handle is from Ukrainian Accessories. This is a medium stylist. And then this blue one here, this is again, I got this at Orbits in Edmonton. This is also the blue handle is a medium stylist. The red handle in this form is a large, and the white handle in this style is a small. I also have one of my other stylists or kistka. This one actually doesn't use this style of wax. It uses like a puck of wax, and this one is good for filling in after. You kind of heat it up and you put the tip into the puck of wax and it fills in. It's got a cylinder inside of there. I'm just going to set that one to the side and this one to the side. So when we're preparing our stylist, okay, we are just gonna, this pointy part, we sort of saw this as like a bucket, okay, and this is our tip. Right now obviously it's cold because I'm able to touch it. Okay, so we always want to have our tip pointing down and our bucket on the top because we don't want to dump out the wax. The wax is, when we heat it up, our wax is going to be liquid and it's going to stay liquid for a long time. So even when we're heating in the candle, this is a really small wick, even when we're heating in the candle, we still want to have just the tip up to that sort of the securing metal. We're never ever going to touch the blue part into the candle. We are never going to play with the candle itself. Okay, oops, I just touched it, made some black wax go in there. The wax that's on this candle is paraffin wax, and it's a very cheap form of wax, so it actually is not a very good wax to do on your egg. Okay. But again, we're just going to warm up the tip. Now, if you can kind of see, my kiska's smoking a little bit. Okay. Now, that means I have warmed it up a little bit too much. We want to just wait until it stops smoking, because when it's this hot, it'll actually, the wax is really runny and it'll actually drip more. I can actually see that it's wanting to drip more. Okay. So you'll get really thick lines. Okay, you will not get consistent lines, and it's not going to give you a nice thin line when you write onto the egg. So I'm going to show you how to fill up the kistka bucket. Okay, so you're just going to hold, I'm a little too zoomed in. You're just going to hold it. I'm going to try to zoom out. Oops, sorry. You're going to have the tip in the candle, and it warms up because metal's a good conductor, right? So it's going to warm it up. And then when we put, again, point down, when we fill it up, it really easily goes into the bucket. And one strip, you can kind of see, one strip is almost too much wax. We never want to fill it more than this. And I'm going to show again, if I warm it up a little bit too much, then it always wants to drip. Okay, when the wax is too hot, it doesn't write on the egg very well. Okay, so we filled up our bucket. From now on, once it's warm, it's going to stay warm for quite a while. So once it's warm, we are going to write on our egg or a paper towel. We're always going to test on our paper towel first. Okay, want to make sure that it's writing. Most of the time when it's not writing, it's either you're out of wax, which usually you can see if you look into the back of the kistka, which it's not, or it's too cold. And sometimes if it's too hot, it also will not write on the egg very well. Okay, when you're done with the kistka and you're going into color or you need to do something else, you're always just going to rest your kistka on the candle holder. Okay, and then that way it will cool off. If you leave it on your paper towel or your workstation, it's going to stick once it cools down. Okay, so we don't want to waste it. I don't want to see anybody playing with the kistka in the fire. I don't want to see anybody trying to scoop, right? So I think it has cooled off actually enough right now to show you when it will not work. So if you go to fill it up and you have to like push, right? See how it didn't melt in there? And I was actually pushing pretty hard. So then that just tells you it's not warm enough to fill up. Again, you're just going to fill your tip now for like 5-6 seconds only. And then you'll see that it'll just melt in nicely. Okay, but because I already had filled it up, it's going to be too much to do it again.